The night was cloaked in darkness as Emma embarked on her solitary night drive. The road stretched out before her, illuminated only by the dim glow of her headlights. The rhythmic patter of rain against the windshield added a sense of mystery and intrigue to the atmosphere. Emma had always found solace in driving at night, a time when the world seemed to slow down and the distractions of the day faded away. Tonight, however, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was different. The air held a palpable tension, as if the night itself was holding its breath, waiting for something to unfold. As Emma navigated the winding road that led her deeper into the countryside, a sense of curiosity tinged with unease grew within her. The familiar landmarks she had come to know during her nighttime drives seemed distorted, their shadows elongated and twisted, playing tricks on her mind. As she continued on her nocturnal journey, the rain intensified, casting a veil of mist that obscured her vision. The road became treacherous, slippery with water, making the drive even more challenging. Yet Emma persisted, her determination pushing her forward, drawn by an inexplicable force. Suddenly, in the distance, a figure emerged from the darkness, standing in the middle of the road. Emma's heart skipped a beat as she hit the brakes, the tires screeching against the wet asphalt. She peered through the windshield, straining to make out the mysterious figure. It was a woman, clad in a flowing white dress that billowed in the wind. Her long, ebony hair danced around her, creating an ethereal aura. Emma's curiosity overcame her caution as she rolled down the window and called out to the woman. "Are you okay? Do you need any help?" Emma asked, her voice laced with concern. The woman turned toward Emma, her eyes reflecting a haunting sadness. "Please, you must help me," she pleaded. "I am trapped in this eternal night. The only way to free me is to follow the path that lies ahead." Emma hesitated for a moment, torn between the rational voice telling her to turn around and the mysterious pull emanating from the woman. Her adventurous spirit won out, and she nodded in agreement. The woman smiled, a bittersweet expression on her face. "Thank you, brave soul. Together, we shall uncover the truth that has remained hidden in the shadows." With those words, the woman vanished into the night, leaving Emma with a newfound determination. She gripped the steering wheel tightly and continued her night drive, propelled by a mix of anticipation and trepidation, ready to unveil the secrets that awaited her on this enigmatic journey. As Emma pressed on, the road twisted and turned, leading her deeper into the heart of darkness. The rain cascaded down, blurring her surroundings and intensifying the sense of isolation. The air grew heavy with anticipation, as if the night itself held its breath, awaiting their arrival. Through the haze of rain, Emma spotted a faint glow in the distance. Intrigued, she followed the ethereal light, her instincts guiding her towards the unknown. The glow led her to an old, dilapidated mansion that stood in stark contrast to the desolate landscape. Emma parked her car and approached the mansion with caution. The front door creaked open, as if beckoning her inside. With a mixture of trepidation and curiosity, she stepped over the threshold, entering a realm frozen in time. The grand foyer was adorned with faded portraits and dusty furniture. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and the only sound was the echo of her footsteps against the weathered floorboards. Emma's heart raced as she ventured further into the mansion, guided by an invisible force. She found herself in a dimly lit library, shelves filled with forgotten tomes and secrets waiting to be unraveled. As her eyes scanned the room, they landed on a peculiar book, its leather cover adorned with intricate engravings. Drawn to it, Emma pulled it from the shelf, feeling a surge of anticipation. As she opened the book, ancient pages whispered with secrets long kept hidden. Words danced across the parchment, revealing a dark history woven within the fabric of the town. Emma's hands trembled as she absorbed the revelations, realizing the sinister forces that had plagued the town for generations. But as Emma delved deeper into the book, she discovered a hidden chapter, pages that had been purposely obscured. The text described a ritual, a malevolent ceremony that had taken place within the mansion itself, It spoke of an ancient curse that bound the souls of the inhabitants to eternal torment. Just as Emma was about to decipher the final steps of the ritual, a bone-chilling gust of wind swept through the library, extinguishing the candles and plunging the room into darkness. The temperature dropped, and a sense of dread hung in the air. From the shadows emerged a figure, a silhouette draped in a tattered cloak. Its voice resonated with an otherworldly tone as it spoke. "You have dared to uncover the truth, Emma. But be warned, the darkness will not release its hold easily. To break the curse, you must confront the spirits that dwell within this mansion." Emma's heart pounded, her pulse quickened as she gazed into the figure's piercing eyes. She knew that in order to lift the curse and bring peace to the town, she would have to face the malevolent spirits that haunted the mansion. Determination welled within her, overriding her fear. "I accept the challenge," Emma declared, her voice steady. "I will confront the spirits and put an end to their torment." With those words, the figure nodded solemnly and vanished back into the shadows. Emma stood alone in the darkened library, armed with newfound resolve and an understanding that the path ahead would test her strength and courage like never before. The rain poured heavily, drenching the desolate streets of the small town. Carl sat behind the wheel of his old beat-up car, contemplating the task ahead of him. He had received a cryptic message earlier that evening, instructing him to embark on a night drive to uncover a long-buried secret. The message hinted at a darkness that lurked beneath the surface of the town, a darkness that only Carl could expose. With a mix of apprehension and curiosity, Carl turned on the engine and pulled out of his driveway. The windshield wipers swiped back and forth, struggling to keep up with the downpour. The streets were deserted, bathed in an eerie silence that sent a shiver down his spine. As Carl navigated through the winding roads, his mind wandered to the history of the town. There had always been whispers of strange occurrences and unexplained phenomena, but they were dismissed as mere folklore. Now it seemed the time had come to confront the truth. The rain beat relentlessly against the car, creating an otherworldly ambience. Carl's grip on the steering wheel tightened as he approached a forsaken bridge on the outskirts of town. The bridge was said to be cursed, its shadows concealing a history of tragedy and malevolence. Despite the nagging sense of foreboding, Carl couldn't resist the allure of the unknown. He took a deep breath, his resolve solidifying. Tonight, he would confront the darkness head-on, regardless of the consequences. As Carl's car crossed the bridge, a chill filled the air. The rain seemed to intensify, blurring his vision. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the darkness, standing in the middle of the road. Carl slammed on the brakes, his heart pounding in his chest. The figure, shrouded in a tattered cloak, approached the car. Carl rolled down the window, his voice steady but laced with caution. "Who are you? What do you want?" The figure's eyes gleamed with an unnatural intensity as they spoke, their voice a mere whisper in the night. "I am the keeper of secrets, Carl. I have been watching, waiting for someone brave enough to uncover the truth. Are you that person?" Carl hesitated for a moment, his mind racing. The opportunity to unearth the town's secrets, no matter how terrifying, was too tempting to resist. "Yes," he replied, determination burning in his eyes. "I am ready to face whatever lies ahead." The figure nodded, their face hidden beneath the cloak. "Very well, Carl. Your journey starts tonight. Follow the old forgotten road that leads to the heart of darkness. There, you will find the answers you seek." Before Carl could respond, the figure vanished into the night, leaving him with a sense of both anticipation and trepidation. He knew there was no turning back now. The path to the truth lay before him, and he had to be prepared for whatever horrors awaited him on his night drive. With a resolute spirit, Carl set off on the dark and treacherous path that lay ahead. The rain continued to pour, obscuring his view as he followed the forgotten road deeper into the heart of darkness. The surroundings grew more sinister with every passing mile. the towering trees casting elongated shadows that seemed to dance and whisper in the night. As he drove, Carl couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. It was as if unseen eyes peered at him from the depths of the woods, a malevolent presence observing his every move. He pressed on, determined to uncover the truth that had remained hidden for far too long. Eventually, the road led him to a clearing where an ancient cemetery stood, its tombstones weathered and worn. The rain dripped from the branches above, creating an eerie melody that echoed through the silence. Carl parked his car, the engine ticking as it cooled down, and stepped out into the damp, graveled ground. Navigating through the rows of tombstones, he spotted a small mausoleum nestled in the far corner of the cemetery. The structure exuded an air of mystery, its stone walls covered in ivy and secrets. Carl approached cautiously, his heart pounding in his chest. With a creak, the heavy door of the mausoleum swung open, revealing a dimly lit chamber filled with the scent of damp earth and decay. Carl's footsteps echoed as he ventured inside, his eyes scanning the room for any clues that might lead him closer to the truth. At the center of the chamber, atop a stone pedestal, rested an ancient tomb. Its leather-bound cover was adorned with arcane symbols, hinting at the esoteric knowledge contained within its pages. Carl's hands trembled as he reached out and opened the book, revealing writings that spoke of forgotten rituals, forbidden knowledge, and the price one must pay for unraveling the town's secrets. As he delved deeper into the pages, Carl's understanding of the town's dark underbelly expanded. The missing persons, the unexplained phenomena, they were all connected, part of a sinister web woven by a secret society that thrived on fear and control. Before he could absorb the full weight of the revelations, a cold breeze swept through the mausoleum, extinguishing the flickering candles that illuminated the room. Darkness enveloped Carl, the silence broken only by his rapid breaths. A voice, chilling and familiar, whispered from the shadows, "You have trespassed where few dare to venture, Carl. The truth comes at a price, one that cannot be easily paid." Carl's heart raced as he recognized the voice. It belonged to the figure who had guided him on this harrowing journey, the keeper of secrets. "What do you want from me?" Carl asked, his voice filled with a mixture of defiance and desperation. The figure emerged from the darkness, their face now revealed. It was a face Carl had known all his life, his own reflection, distorted and twisted, a reminder of the darkness that resided within him. "I am you, Carl, the part of you that dared to seek the truth, regardless of the consequences." The figure spoke, their voice a haunting echo. "Now, you must decide. Embrace the darkness or be consumed by it." Carl stood at a crossroads, his mind and soul torn between the pursuit of justice and the allure of power. The choices he made in that pivotal moment would define his destiny.